it's people either want to go or they don't want to go, Chris.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
It's always you get. In my world, it was always 60% up front, and then 2 days before the show, you sell all these tickets because people have to make up their minds what the fuck they're doing. I know if you call me and go, I'm playing November 11th, I'm not going to buy those tickets till like mid-October, unless you call me and go, they're selling out really quick. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing November 11th or whatever the fuck it is, so.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, you know? I don't even know if I'm going to be alive then. So, like,
no,
how am I going to buy tickets?
I do it. I fucking hate making plans sometimes. It's like, then they call you back. Well, if we don't meet on this, and you're like, wow, let's just meet. Let's just get to the fucking meet. And then we'll worry about the variables and stuff like that. So you contacted me. You're always a good fucking dude. You always talk to me and shit, but you sent me some Fit Soda, and it blew my fucking mind. The lemon lime and the originals you sent me were lemon lime and fucking the orange vanilla blend. I forget what they call that shit. The creamsicle.
Yeah, the orange cream.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, that orange cream is tremendous.
I just had some more sent out to you the other day, so you should be getting it.
Thank you. And then you sent me the cherry.
Yeah, there's cherry. There's
Coke, like a cherry Coke, some type of thing.
Yeah, black cherry cola and then root beer vanilla float.
Let me tell you something. The root beer vanilla float, I drank that shit after I smoked 3 fucking joints. You understand me? That shit takes it to the next level. That's my favorite.
Too.
I tell you what, I think my favorites are fucking creamsicle by them, and the root beer float is tied. I mean, they're fucking delicious as shit. And I like the lemon lime is up there too. I think black cherry is the only one I'm kind of weird with. I finished them already. Don't get me wrong. I'll drink them. You know, I love that shit after you work out. But what are they for? Are they after workout, pre-workout?
So it's all of the above, right? It's a hydration drink. It's a healthier option to soda. So essentially, you know, most of us as kids drink soda and everything is full of sugar. It's full of all that crap. I mean, Coca-Cola, we use it to take acid off the car battery, you know? Imagine what that does to your stomach. So Fit Soda came in. Their original product was Koyos, which is a nootropic drink. Good for your brain. It's got a ton of vitamins and stuff in it. And then Fit Soda now is the newer product. What that is it's hydrating, but it tastes like soda. It's got electrolytes in it. It's got BCAAs in it. No calories, no sugar. So it's a healthier option for you. Like kids can drink it. There's no caffeine in it. We're making an energy drink form, most likely. And we've got a few other ideas, some new flavors coming out, but you can drink them all day long. You know, you don't need a reason to drink it.
No, the other one there. Right here, you bad motherfuckers. It's goddamn delicious, this shit.
That's my favorite one.
This is superb. Superb.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like with me working for them now, you know, I'm the brand manager. That's kind of what put me in this position with the fight promotions. That's why I've been out so long is I don't need it. Like I don't need to fight. I want to fight. So I'm just looking for the right deal that works for me, that's worth the time and, you know, sacrificing my body, like I said. So it's a good option to have because a lot of fighters in the beginning, that's all they do, you know? And so there's guys I know that take fights just because they need the money. It's not even a good matchup for them. It's not a good show, stuff like that. You know, I see it in the gym all the time. Guys are like, well, I got to do it, even if they're hurt or whatever. So now I put myself in a position to actually be able to choose. I can sit back and decide when I want to fight, where I want to fight, and if it makes sense. So it's been a great thing because they started out as one of my sponsors. I was the first athlete they ever had. And then just building that relationship over time turned into a job.
It's fucking the way it happens, brother. But, you know, you brought up a great point. Chris, when I got into comedy, if you had a day job, you were a fucking Momo. You know? Yeah. And your job was to get good at comedy so you didn't have to have a day job anymore. And then you get to the point where you're like, all right, I'm ready to cross over. And then you give up your job, you tell your boss to suck your dick, and you go on your journey as a comic. And that's all great and dandy. But now, looking at lives and how times have changed, for me right now, I wish I wouldn't have had the felonies because I would have got a day job. I would have got a great day job, and I would have became a weekend comic that just goes out Friday. The job would understand. Listen, I leave Friday mornings. I'm here all week with you. I'll sell everything you want me to sell, but Friday, I go to Nebraska. You know, you don't have to be at a punchline to be a great comic. You don't have to be at a great theater to be a great comic. There's 1,000 comics that make a living on their terms. They never wanted to push the boundaries beyond that, and I appreciate it, you know. Now at 59, I love doing comedy and shit, but at the same time, I wish I would have had something to retire from. Yeah. I didn't think that way when I started, and I didn't think that way while I was doing it. But I think it would have gave me I would have been more relaxed. I didn't have to do the things I didn't want to do, those stupid fucking gigs. You know, so it's the same thing. Listen, fighting and comedy is an art. It's an art. You know how I know? Because I could learn the same arm bar from closed guard and learn it 3 different ways. You know, like it's an art. It's a breathing art. So I understood fighting more after I joined jiu-jitsu, and then I mixed it all up together with comedy, and I see the comparisons with jiu-jitsu and comedy. After I get you laughing, I got to go to my safe place. That's my closed guard.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I see it.
That's why I breathe. That's why I get my thing. And then it's the same thing, breathing. So it's so weird with, I don't even know what I was going to say. I shouldn't have smoked that pot this morning, but no, I shouldn't have hit that vapor pen. But it's so weird how you learn from all 3. And I see fighters today that you know how they're going to end up. Doesn't take a fucking, you know, we grew up on boxing. You look at how some of these boxers end up. You read a story 10 years from now, they're broke, they're in a basement, they did a crime, they're in prison. I think you're intelligent enough to know that you wanted that security. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And then overlapping them, you know, use one for the other, because now I've got all these contacts from all over the world, and helping to build the brand of what I'm doing by using like friends and stuff, not using them, but now I work with a budget and everything. So I can turn around and pay friends and be their sponsor. You know, people that make sense and everything. I still have to be smart with the job, but I can use my fighting career to also propel this career, which was always my plan. And I wanted them to overlap. I didn't want to hit the end and then be like, now what the fuck am I going to do? You know?
Right now, I have a nice, calm life. I'm in Jersey. It's a little calmer than LA, a lot calmer. But I wish I had somewhere to go every day. Even if it was for 6 hours, 4 hours, you know, I'm like, whoa, how are you going to train in the daytime? Because I hate going to the gym at night. I could lift weights at night, but jiu-jitsu, by the time I get there at 6, I already ate a sandwich. Now you got to fucking roll. You know, it just sucks. So, but I would have done it. I wish I would have done like my friend Sam Tripoli now. He's a comic, but he also runs like a similar YouTube type page, you know, and he gets a little money from that. All that shit helps, and it's great to still stay in the real world from time to time. So I get where you're coming from. You're a fucking smart dude, man.
Trying to be. Not always, but, you know, sometimes.
Where'd you go to college at?
I didn't. So I actually went for 1 semester in Durango, Colorado. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I did comedy there. They threw bottles at me.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't for me. So I came back, and then I just started working. You know, I started working in clubs and stuff, and from there, I got into training and everything. And then the first day I went into an MMA gym, I was hooked.
The first time you got punched in the head, you were ready to rock.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was getting in fights all over the place back then anyway, and then didn't know what I was doing, but seemed to be working out for me. And then when I started actually learning and, you know, doing Muay Thai, doing jiu-jitsu and stuff, I actually stopped getting in fights outside of the gym, because when you're in the gym, you're getting your ass kicked and you're fighting people all the time. The last thing you want to do is do that when you're having fun. And then it just kind of propelled, you know, I started working night jobs so that I could train all day. And then up until the UFC is when I quit the clubs and then just went full in on training.
You missed the UFC?
Yeah. I mean, I had a good time. You know, I always had a good relationship with them. They were always, they always treated me real well. I would still say it's the best run organization in the world. They take care of everything. I know there's a lot of people that complain about the fighter pay and all of that. Like, everybody always wants to make more money, right? Like you want to make more money. I want to make more money. I think there'll always be that argument. But one thing I would say is that like their health system, as far as like taking care of the fighters if you get injured, is amazing. Their staff is amazing. Anything you need, anything you want, like fight week, they'll get it for you. In and out of camp, like they have such a big production that they have somebody to contact you for anything you need. So it was actually, it was great to fight for them and like see how professional it could be.
One thing about the UFC, and I read a lot about the fighter pay and Jake Paul beating people up, and he wants to beat up Dana White and shit, the whole thing. But